And may I place you on a brief hold while you try to reach out to the supervisor? It'll take just a moment.
Hello, friends. Today is Thursday, the 21st of April. I just took my walk with my dogs, and well, first off, let me say, hey, I'm Leslie. This is Leslie's Cancer Confessions. If you've been tuning in to my channel for a while, then you've been following me on my cancer journey of breast cancer and metastatic breast cancer that I've had for the past 5 years. And if you've been following me just for a short while, then you know about the drama that I had yesterday, trying to find out why I'm not receiving part of my breast cancer treatment, which was letrozole, the hormone suppressing drug for estrogen that I take to go in conjunction with Ibrance, which is my chemotherapy drug. Just to recap, if you haven't been following me, what's gone on is that I initially was prescribed these medications 10 months ago when my Xeloda no longer was working, and I received both of my medications on the same day to begin a 30-day cycle. I take the letrozole once a day for 30 days, and then it's refilled, and I just will ongoing take that to suppress my estrogen, which feeds my cancer, putting it in simple terms, and my Ibrance, which treats me to get rid of my cancer. Having filled those on the same day 10 months ago, I should consistently receive them on the same day every month, because the treatment is considered a 30-day cycle. Somewhere along the line, I started receiving my letrozole a week later than my Ibrance. I'm assuming this is because one of the months had 29 days rather than 30, and that messed things up. And then my pharmacy for chemotherapy drugs was switched from Optum Rx to Briova, which I just found out yesterday is actually not even a different pharmacy at all. It's just a branch of the same company, which is Optum Rx. And but for all intensive purposes, their computers don't communicate with one another, so I have to call each company individually, Briova, to receive my Ibrance. And they switched me. I was on Optum Rx. They switched me to Briova, and then Briova said 1 month into me receiving both medications from them, hey, you can get your letrozole from Optum Rx in a 90-day supply rather than every 30 days for a cheaper price, and your insurance actually encourages you to do that. They won't pay if you stay with us. You need to go back with them, blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, I refilled my prescription a week before it ran out, expecting to receive it in plenty of time to continue my cycle as normal, and didn't. So I called to try to find out what the problem was and see if I could get like a temporary amount to fill in the gap till I received it. My insurance did not approve that. The company did not approve that. I was told that they would expedite it. This was on Saturday, that I would receive it on Tuesday. Tuesday I didn't receive it, so I called my doctor, who said, hey, I'll give you a backup of the medication, which I have. I have a backup, 30-day backup. Apparently the oncologists keep sample products of different medications, and letrozole happens to be one of them. So I have a backup in case this sort of situation happens again. But I called yesterday, and I spoke with a really nice but not nice young woman named Jessica, who told me what company policy was repeatedly and told me what my insurance had approved repeatedly, but was not listening to me when I told her that I actually was without my medication, and that I had been without it since Saturday, and that I needed it because it's chemotherapy treatment. And the Ibrance is not as effective at doing the job that it is supposed to do without being a partner to the, I'm sorry, I have little things landing on my arm. It's freaking me out, so I keep looking over. So the Ibrance doesn't work as effectively without the letrozole. And the young woman was quite helpful, and she said, oh, okay, well, we'll expedite that. You will receive that on April 25th. 5 more days. At this point, after being on the phone with her for 24 minutes, I freaked out. I said, no, no way, you are not hearing what I am saying to you. I don't have my medication. I've been without it already for 3 days. I need the medication. I need you to ship it to me. I needed it to arrive on Saturday. It didn't arrive on Saturday, so what I need now is for it to arrive tomorrow. This was like at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. Plenty of time for them to FedEx this medication. And I have, in fact, had OptumRx FedEx medication to me before and received it the next day. So I was really confused why this was such a problem. So at this point, I just said, okay, I'm done talking to you. You're not hearing me. You're not understanding what the situation is and what I need for you to do for me. I need to speak with a supervisor. So she put a supervisor on, at which point I said, this is filmable. This is something I need to be videotaping or recording in some way. So I decided to make it part of my blog, and I filmed it. And this fellow also was telling me what my insurance had approved and what was allowable. And I'm like, dude, a 30-day supply of pill lasts 30 days. And the 30 days, was up on Saturday. And so you're not being truthful when you say that my insurance didn't approve it. Then he went on to say, oh, well, actually what the issue was, not your insurance not approving it, but that the prescription needed refills. So I went into my emails, and I saw that my doctor actually faxed them a refill on the 13th of April, which was last week, and that should not have been an issue. And at any rate, he said, well, we will try to expedite this. We will try to overnight it to you, but it may take 3 to 5 days. I'm like, overnight is overnight. If you are overnighting it to me, I should receive it the next day. He just wasn't listening. So I said, fine, great, thanks, bye, I'm done. We're done talking. You're telling me you're shipping it to me. That's all I need to know. So I got on the phone with my doctor. I have a backup now. And I did, in fact, receive it overnight. I received it this morning. But the reason I share this with you is, as a patient, someone who's not feeling well, it's very tiring to have to stand up for yourself all the time, every step of the way, for every little thing that you need, every test that you need to have done. You need to make sure that you know what the test is, how long it's supposed to take, what medications you're supposed to have, what you're allergic to, and make sure that the people that are testing you know what you're allergic to. I've actually been in the emergency room ill from dehydration, from vomiting, and in pain, and I'm allergic to morphine, and had my husband say to a nurse, a gentleman who was about to give me a shot for pain and nausea, "Hey, what are you giving her?" And the nurse said, "Oh, it's just a little morphine." And my husband said, no. She is actually allergic to morphine. It's right on her chart. We've been asked 5 times since she was admitted, "What, are you allergic to anything?" And each time we've said, and look, she's got a little band on her wrist that says morphine allergy. So you have to be on top of things with your medicine. You have to communicate clearly to people. And sometimes it's difficult to communicate clearly and not communicate that you're upset while you're trying to communicate clearly. After a good 45 minutes on the phone between 2 representatives of Optum RX, I had to get loud and say, no, this is unacceptable. At which point the representative began talking over me, and I could just tell at that point that he wasn't listening, and he certainly wasn't hearing. So all is well. The update is I have a backup of the medication. Hopefully this never happens with my Ibrance. I've received the actual prescription. I have spoken with my doctor. The administrative part of the doctor's, the oncology office, is speaking with the insurance to see what the problem was, why this happened, and to try to prevent this from happening again. I am not knocking Optum RX, because for the past 10 months I've had absolutely no problems. I've received my medication before it runs out every single month. Not a single problem. It's just been this switching back and forth between Optum RX and Briova, which has not been my choice. It's a decision the insurance company has told me I need to do. It's frustrating. I don't know why insurances play these games with their patients' lives, and why they feel that once a doctor has prescribed medication, they can decide for you where you're going to fill it. So many words in my head right now about the medical system in the United States. I have nothing to compare it to as far as other countries, but I'm telling you, things are not right in this country with the way medicine's prescribed, the safeguards that are supposed to protect against drug abuse, but make it difficult for people who actually need and are prescribed medications to get the medications. For instance, pain medication, that people with chronic pain, i.e. anybody, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, cancer, horrible injuries that are suffering in pain, have got to prove that they are in pain, and fight to get their prescriptions each and every single time. Why prosecute the criminals when you can treat everybody like they are a criminal? It's just a lot. Blah. I'm saying a lot of stuff. Anyway, that is the update, and I thank you so much to all the people on Facebook and on Twitter and my blog who have been encouraging and supportive and had good messages and shared stories of their similar experiences. And I have chosen not to upload the video that I filmed of my conversation with the Optum RX rep yesterday, but I will be keeping that in an ongoing file of communications if this happens in the future, to let them know that I am logging the consistent problems that I'm having with them, and to show a history, a pattern of mistakes. And so I'm not uploading that for you all to view, but I am keeping it for my own records. So I guess that's what I should have said in the first place. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and its content. And I'm sorry for the rambly rant. And share this video with someone that you know who has cancer, or someone who you know who loves someone who has cancer. Thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you next week. Bye, people.